There are many different programs you could use for designing projects to 3D print. One of my favorites is a website called Tinkercad. It's a free web-based program. You can sign up using an email address, and each email address can have up to 4 accounts. I already have an account, so I'm going to click sign in and log into my account. The first screen will be your dashboard, and you can see these are projects that I already have created. And if I wanted to continue working on one, I could click the blue Tinker This button. I'm going to create a new design for this tutorial. It's going to open up to a platform. This platform is the same size as the print plate in the Ultimaker 2. So as I'm designing, I want to keep within the size of this platform. Tinkercad is basically like building blocks on the computer. So I have all these different categories of shapes that I could use to build and manipulate to create my design. Each shape that I bring over has little white boxes that'll change the dimensions of the shape. Little white box on the top will make it taller or shorter. The cone tool will raise things up or lower them down. And there's arrows, if I click and drag, that will rotate shapes around. And there's different arrows to rotate in different directions. I also have an undo button, or if I don't like something, I can always click on it and press delete. My controls over here, will change my view of my design. And I can always zoom in, zoom out. If I'm ever somewhere and I'm not quite sure where I'm at, I can always click the home button and that will take me right back to my design. If I'm wanting to attach shapes together, I can bring 2 different shapes over. I can select them both by either clicking on one shape, holding in the Shift key, and clicking on the other, or I can click and drag a red rectangle over both of those shapes to select them both. Up here is my group button, and you will see that made them both the same color, which then stuck them together. If I needed them to stay different colors, I could click the multicolor option. Keep in mind that as I'm changing colors, my project's going to print in whatever color of plastic I put into the printer. But sometimes for design purposes, it helps me to separate out the colors of different shapes. I could always ungroup. And another thing I wanted to show was cutting into another shape. Over here I have a hole option, and you can see that's going to make my cylinder transparent. When I group a transparent shape with an opaque shape, it's going to cut into the solid one. Again, I'm going to select them both, press group, and you can see that it cut into my sphere. When I'm done with my project, I'm going to rename it. I'll then come to Export, STL. It will download so that I can then put it into Cura and then send it to my printer. Tinkercad automatically saves all of my work. So if class is over but I'm still wanting to work on it, no big deal. I've got it named, all right, and anytime I go back to my dashboard, you'll see that project there, and I can always click the blue Tinker This button to access it again.